What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, Tyler here from TarverAcademy.com and on social media at Tyler Tarver. It's probably in a corner of this because that's what I do sometimes. All right, so welcome to your problem of the day for Algebra 1. We're going to step back and go to some basic level Algebra 1 in case it's something you missed. Okay, I don't know what that was. It's like a weird Power Rangers thing. Okay, so we're looking at solving this equation. Okay, I didn't give you any multiple choices because I want you to solve it on your own. Then we're going to go through and solve it together. So if you would, I'm going to squat down. You freeze frame it. Hit pause. Work the problem. And now we're done. Okay, so let's look at this problem. Shall we? That's probably a One Direction song. I don't know. Okay, so I want to solve this equation, which means we want to find out what x is, okay? And how do we find out what x is? We get x by itself, okay? So let's take a look at this. We got to get x by itself. So what we need to do is we need to get everything else to the other side of the equal sign. So I've got a 7, I've got a 2, and I need to get both of them over here, okay? So to do that, I need to get rid of whatever, and this is my little phrase I say, get rid of whatever's furthest away from the x first, okay? That 7 and that x are like French kissing over here. Sorry, I apologize for saying it, but it looks like it. They're real close, real close. And we need to get this 2 over first because it's further away. We can separate it from the group. It's like any movie ever where like people are going through the woods in a group and then the monster's like picking them off. Whatever's furthest away, that's what we're picking off first, okay? So we've got plus 2. What is the opposite of plusing 2? Subtracting 2. So I'm going to do that from both sides. If you do something to one side of the equal sign, you got to do the exact same thing to the other side. Okay? So that would be plus 2 minus 2, which makes it go away. Equal sign. Do not forget, I see so many kids working these problems, and they just kind of float the numbers down. Bring the equal sign down. So don't forget that. Okay? We got negative 54 minus 2, which will be a bigger negative, negative 56. Okay. We've only got one number left hanging out with this x, and we got to separate it. So we got to do the opposite of what is happening. 7 times x. What's the opposite of multiplying times 7? Yell it at your neighbor. Dividing. That's what you should have yelled. Dividing. So we divide by 7 on both sides. That goes. 7 divided by 7 is 1. And we know any number times 1 is just going to be itself. So x hangs out by itself. And then negative 56 divided by 7 is negative 8. Raise your hand if you got negative 8. Oops. Didn't mean to brag, but you did. Thanks for tuning in. Check me out at TarverAcademy.com and tune in next time for your problem of the day. Problem of the day. Hey, Tyler here. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out TarverAcademy.com.